Hi everybody, it's your friendly neighborhood hanger hobbit here, and welcome aboard the MB.152 C1, or as I call it, the flying pile of junk. I actually call it something a lot worse than that, but you're not supposed to say that on YouTube without putting an explicit warning. Yeah, this thing, oh god, this thing is terrible. Oh, thank you for ripping your wing. I appreciate that. By the way, these are the ground target belts, which suck, but you know what? They suck just itty bitty teeny tiny itsy bitsy slightly less than the other belts. But there are no belts on this thing that don't suck. Oh god, this thing. Did you know that one of the famous authors, let me look up his name here, said that this thing, alright, aviation author Michael Christico said the MB-152 was the least successful in combat and the one that suffered the heaviest losses in the Battle of France. Yeah. And you know what? Give it to Gaijin for the accuracy, because this thing is worse than everything else. I'm serious. It's worse than the things below it. It's worse than the things above it. It's just all around terrible. It has no flaps. All it gets is landing flaps, which it'll rip off if you so much as look at it funny. Oh, would you come here? Thank you. You see how long the barrels are on the cannons right there? Yeah, that means you can't get them things to converge at a close range, like around 300 meters where you really need it. And if you don't set it to really close, like 300 or 400 meters, it makes spark spanos look good. I flew this thing out for 5 matches, and I don't know how many times I sat there watching it go hit, 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 spark, spark, hit, 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 spark, spark, hit, spark. Good Lord. It's, I mean, you think spark spanos are bad? I think it's got to do with where they're at on the wings. Because the Hispano Susa is not a bad cannon in game. I'm going to put out a video of that little Palyers D510. Spoiler alert, I got an ace in that thing. The guns work great on that, but that's nose mounted. With these things wing mounted like this, it's just not good. Oh, and did I mention that the engine cooks nearly as bad as the 2001 CN? Yeah, 'cause it does. It likes to cook all the time. Oh, please come here, Mr. 112. Come on. And the cannon's worthless hit. That's a 20 millimeter slug ripping into that sucker. And I don't even get an assist. Oh. That's why this video is going to be a little short. Normally I do 2 to 3 matches. I don't want to fly this anymore. I really don't want to fly this anymore. This is not fun. I mean, give it up to Gaijin for accuracy. Because good Lord did they get it accurate. And as you'll notice, I'm doing everything wrong. I am tail sitting. I am flying in the middle of the pack. I'm staying away from my beloved stealths. This is not an accident. This is because this is match number 4 in this thing. And I found if you do anything else but just stay in the middle of the pack where you got somebody that can actually cover your butt, you're dead. This thing's handling is just so bad and it's so slow. that, yeah, if you get caught off by yourself against one of them 109s or C202s, give it up, Chuck. They're going to do donuts around you. I mean, look at that. Look at how quick he's just peeling away from me. And there ain't a thing I can do about it. I am weaponing this poor engine to death. It's got no power. I mean, no power. Yeah, you can sit up there, buddy, because I can't do nothing about it. The second you start tipping the nose up, look at that. Look at how much speed this thing is bleeding. Oh, would you... Oh. Oh. That's what makes it frustrating. If you had just a little more power. Just a little more. Would you please? Oh, come on. As you can see, I'm even using the landing flaps, just trying to get a little bit of energy. Just a little bit of power out of this thing. Good Lord, I thought the Tandem Mai had a lawnmower engine. Oh, got a crit, but of course it's not going to be any good. Oh, would you come here, please? Please die. Nope. There goes all my ammo. Yes. Again, where the guns are at on the wings make all the difference on this thing. Because you can't get the 20s to connect where you need them to. And the 7.5s are spread out so far that you're just tickling. Really good at tickling. But that's all you're going to do is tickle. They made 600 of these suckers all told, and most of them got trashed, which is not... Oh, I got an assist. If somebody rammed him, because yeah, that was a smart thing to do. This thing, I can understand why it has such a bad rep. I really can. According to that author I mentioned earlier, Michael Christico, its problems included poor agility. I agree 100%, Mr. Author. Unreliable guns. Ditto. Low range. Don't matter in this thing. And was considerably underpowered. And they threw this thing away for the D520, which anybody who's flown the D520 in the game knows the D520 wasn't exactly a speed demon. So you know your plane is kind of poopy when you can't even freaking beat the D520. As I'm sure you've noticed, I've sped this thing up because this thing, even weapon it till it redlines, you're not getting anywhere fast. No, you are not getting anywhere fast. Flying this thing honestly reminds me of flying the A5 M4, but without the agility. Remember how slow flying an A5 is? The Claude? Oh. And just to make sure nobody else can have it, he rams it. Because, hey, it's Allied teams. Are you surprised? I'm really not. And guess what? C202 above me. Now, see, normally, if I was in, a plane that worked, I would be, oh, happy day, got a one-on-one, happy day. In this thing, I'm looking for my buddies to try to get as close to them as humanly possible. Because I know for a fact, I have no chance in hell of dealing with that thing in any kind of performance fight. He's got me beat in the vertical. He's got me beat in the horizontal. He's got me beat in the turn. And he's got me beat in the guns. Yeah. I don't have a single positive on this thing compared to that thing. Which is just sad. I mean, usually you have one thing that you can count on against the other guy. You know, you're a better climber, you're a better diver, you're better in a turn, you got better guns, you got something. With the MB.152, no. Look at this. I am pushing as hard as I can to get this thing to pull. And look at this. My IL-2 pulls better than this. Oh. Pull when I say pull, you stupid plane. It feels like your stick is just in molasses. And look at that. 20 millimeter connects and does absolutely nothing. Oh, excuse me, Mr. P40. You know, I may have to actually take it back for the Spark Spanos because the guns on this thing may actually beat the Spark Spanos. Took this thing out for 4 matches all totaled. And in 3 of those matches, I had at least 3 birds that should have went down, would have went down if I would have been firing any other freaking cannon on the planet. With this thing, they just bounced off. Just worthless, pointless. I mean, look at how many rounds it finally took to drop that sucker. It's just bad. No, why is it taking that many rounds? Now I'm going to speed this sucker back up again because, yeah, not getting anywhere fast. Not over to runway, so I figure I'll go back to base, get me some more cannons, and maybe, just maybe, I might actually get something else to die with this stupid thing before we end up losing for ticket bleed. And of course I get a single AAA, which cripples my pilot. 'Cause why not? I mean, flying this thing hasn't been a pain in my behind enough. Yeah, cripple my pilot, why don't you, Gaijin? Maybe you'd like to kick me in the face or smack my dog while you're at it? Good grief. Kick a feller while he's down, why don't you? Oh, and there's the last guy, and he was stupid enough to charge the AAA. I would say something about it, but you know what? He would have probably just nuked me anyway, as I powered and poured cannon rounds into him, and he didn't go down because these guns stink. So, thank you, Mr. 111. I appreciate it. Thank you for killing your silly self so I didn't have to try. Ooh, I'll take it. 3 kills in this pile of junk. I will take it. Ooh, get a box. Is it going to suck as bad as the last one, Gaijin? Come on. Show me. Are you going to make it suck? Another talisman? And hey, wait a minute. That's for a plane. Did they actually give me a talisman for a plane? And it's a fighter and not a crappy bomber? Yay! Gaijin made it not suck for once. Yay! I'm so happy. But yeah, what do I think about this? No. This is a good collectible. Put it in your hangar. Look here. Fly any of these birds. See these? Yeah. Fly them. Don't fly this. Fly the D520. Fly the VG33. Hell, any other fighter in the tree. just not this. The engine is too underpowered. The lack of flaps means it can't turn for crap. Its guns are spread out too far to do any real damage. It's just, oh, it's not a good plane, boys and girls. Great collectible. It's going to look pretty in my hangar, but you know what? That's where this bird's going to stay. Well, be sure to like and share, and I hope to see you up in the clouds, preferably not flying this. Have a good one, y'all.